Rorik, Nako, Skies, 3 Russians consistent. And I think taking on G2, it'll be like that final. You can easily cover all the angles. That's quite rare for this base on top side.
That's right, the Goyo here is an absolute killer, but VP have fire of their own, not just in the Capital, but in the gunfire itself. Rorik manages to sneak up through and find an opening kill, while Doki's C4 will reply. An aggressive play at the clash at the bottom of main stairs. Stompin has made it a fortress. Him and Benja together are going to get very sneaky, darting back and forth between Arsenal and the main stairs. Pasha and Dan, the spirit on through. And it's time for Dan to drop, but no, Stompin is there waiting to receive. And the American will finish up the defense and add the Azami to it. The Azami is so powerful here, especially for the ability to get aggressive mid-round. It's also going to net Shaiko a kill. That's the second best player in EML, getting very active. The newest addition to G2, known for his firepower. VP now, without their Twitch, won't be able to clear some more of this util on site. Those mirrors have one less counter as the Thorn Traps. However, you can always just shoot the mirror himself. In this case, that's Benja who goes down, but not without a bit of HP damage to both Skies and Rorik on the VP side.
Now VP, they still have the obstacle of Stompin being alive. The Clash Shield, the legs showing up. Stompin, Doki rather, gets taken down from the window angle. Good trade back. Stompin and Elema now, last 2 players remaining. Mirror windows out of office, 1 toxic babe, and Stompin knocking down both the breach of Jacuzzi and bathroom.
It's very atypical to see so many kills come out just from window pressure, but Stompin manages to sneak between. Alamau joins the fray. And it's just Skies remaining. He's affected now by the Thorn Trap. A quick peek from one, but Alamau finishes him off. G2 continue fighting back with the DMR to try and clear these Kiba barriers. The fire will start to fry Doki. He somehow survives, decides to drop down below. The open wall gives him extra angles, but they work both ways. And Nako shuts him down. 45 seconds as he goes down, but damage has been done. Looking at that clock, we know that VP don't have a lot of time left, and G2 know it as well. They're gonna have to breach this wall so quickly and start to get into action. They have a 4v3 advantage as Alamau from the top of the stairs tries to go for a bit of a peek. We've got Benja as well, C75 in hand, sprays briefly for a moment. Stompin though to go big for 2, forcing Skies desperately inside, but he will fall. Stompin from down.
They were doing a pocket strat for sure, because that was not the usual setup. VP...
And while Romalio and Alamau are very strat heavy guys, that's not what we know them for. Hold that thought for a second. Nako gets taken down by Doki lurking at the top of the stairs. Typically, your blitz needs to be the one.
Has control.
Now he finally starts to make his move. He's not going to be seen. He finds a free kill on Skies at the main stairs. Now does he drop down the moto? Does he stay upstairs? That's his next question. He's dropped down below. And you're right. Now 3v4, the 20 seconds to play. VP, they find a pick, but they still have to deal with that clash. There's still util on site that they will be walking into. The Thorn Traps, the barbed wire. Now they just have to get desperate. They need to drop. Good flashbang, but pushing straight through it. Stompin finds the kill. Once again, a hero play from G2, and it all but locks VP out of the round. It will be 4 straight for the defense.
And Razor Bloom's all pre-positioned on the side. He is just a walking gun. It's the other 4 members that have active utility. Shaiko swings, ego challenge, this time goes down.
Thankfully, though, even though Dan was the first one to fall, the Kali Skies managed to open up the mirror anyway. Now he's found a kill as well. Doki is going to go for a big flank, and if he finds Nako, shoots him in the back. This will be everything. Finds the first one. Goodbye to Rorik. Nako's now in a crossfire. Clash on one side, Doki on the other. Now Skies in a 1v3, still a mirror window, a bulletproof camera, and a clash staring at him. What a G2 we have seen today. This is G2 at their next level. They have shown us a brand of Siege that we haven't seen from them in quite some time, and it is making VP look like amateurs, which has not been the case for the entirety of...
Really good guns that can pick fights elsewhere with a bit of intel from that Solus. And now they get a drop. How does this happen? On the drone hole, Dan again. Kali, 1 and 6, dead, first player.
Yeah, he hit the wall instead while he was getting shot at, so it was already lit. Impacts himself. Doesn't really matter though. G2 is still heavily favored in this round. Alamau also on a bit of a roam has found Skies, which is the Deimos, one of the X-Factor operators here that would otherwise be very difficult for G2 to deal with. Good pick though. Stompin gets a little bit overzealous. Peeking the breach with the DMR, and he loses his head.
Solus ratting below and all pit. He also wants the black pit. He wants to take and play behind him. That doesn't have a shield.
Has he been spotted?
Or does he? I don't think
Echo
it's
finds
time.
Geico though. So Rafters are clear. I don't think they do know because they would have isolated him if that was
Yeah,
the
they
case,
would have.
which means that in the late round,
Huge
there's
wank.
going to be so much information from the bulletproof camera that we'll be able to deal with Alamau. Never mind, Rorik actually spots him. I don't know whether he was spotted while he was in oil or he tried to climb up the ladder, but Benja now in a 1v3. There's good info though. If he can find the Vert, no, he's not got full info on exactly where the plan's going down. As soon as they hear that shotgun, they know where he is. He trades himself, but eventually the
The man advantage, and you play into a layered defense, you know that the backline is going to be beneficial for attack, and it will be a different game because they need to be proactive.
That being said, they are
Their version. Now VP gotta show us theirs. They got a bit of a roam game going with the castle barricades.
reload.
Pre-fire onto blue door, just cleans Pasha immediately. And this is the thing, when G2 get the opening pick, they have a tendency to just keep heating up and keep going further and further in the building. It's very important here in Clubhouse that they don't go too quickly because it's, as I said, it's about getting to that bombs with the right people alive with the right utility.
move it all.
That's what I mean, right? G2, very uncharacteristic team in terms of like they play their own style of siege. Most teams, when they get the Olympic, they slow down here in Clubhouse. They speed up instead. It kind of works off, or works out rather. Rorik low on health. They got the bombs at pressure, but Nako is still looking for a flank. Unsure if they're watching him or not.
They are indeed, but he finds one before he's traded on back by Shaiko. By that point, Shaiko is the last one standing. 1v2 though is very winnable here, especially considering he still has one Deimos track remaining. He can use this to try and isolate one of these players, get a little bit of information. What's more, Rorik is 1 HP.
Just a bullet here and there, but no, Rorik with 1 health swings the hatch first, finds his head, and secures V.
Oh wow, he really is so keen, so tempted to get aggressive. He finds a lot of damage. Why does Nako repeat that? Doki finds him. That's such a big player to take down. It's also the Azami, so no more keeper barriers generating throughout this round. However, big kill for Skies to take down Benja. No more Hibana. How do they deal with this mirror position? Well, it looks like they're just going to pop it and play from the opposite side of it. They've completely given up off this.
C4.
However, it baits Alamau to move inside into the C4. Dan is well aggressive on the doorway into Con, finds his kill, leaving Shaiko all alone. Now, tons of util for him, but it doesn't matter at all because he's just going to peek and fall to Rorik. A lot of fire there. It does the fire. Does fry him pretty well, but yeah, he does have a safe haven between the two flames, and he hasn't taken much damage at all, which means he won't be finished off by any nades or any utility. And as Doki sprints up, I think he must have thought it was clear, didn't see Skies hiding amongst the flames. And now Shaiko with low HP is forced to try and find him. Aggressive peek from Skies, and he finds Shaiko before being traded back. Finally, G2 have...
They're gonna do plan B, we're just going for a plan. Now they gotta go for kills, they gotta go fishing.
Nice shot.
Dan swings, he gets punished by Benja.
The thing is, because it's an open hold in connector into cash, it just gives so many avenues for G2 to find picks. However, that works both ways as well. As VP fire back, immediately respond. They clean up on the connector side and just leave Alamau on his lonesome. 1v3, and he really cannot get through that tiny little Hibana hole. Another bit of hype.
Capital Fire was put in a position or in such a way that able on every single attack, same with the Grim, so it's really gonna be either or. If G2 stop bringing out the shields continues, oh my days. That is a wall bang and a half on the roam clear. Classic Benja clip.
What are you doing?
This is what they do. They get the pick and then they speed up and they drop the hatch and they die. And then I'll drop down the moto hatch. Toss out a smoke grenade. Now Blitz could push it at any moment. There's a cast barricade behind him, so they're stuck inside this box. Here comes the push.
Stomping goes straight through the smoke as well. Finds one, but VP come out way ahead of the trades. All up to Shaiko now. 1v2 looks very winnable though. Low HP against the two former Gen G French players. He can target one. It's Nako. Brings out the Vendetta, but no. Because of the mute jammer, the death mark will fail. Needs to recollect that diffuser. The nade goes out, doesn't land its shot. He knows where they are, but I don't know if he's certain that they're both in that position as the two SAS operators hold back. They make their way forward. Both in church now. A little bit of a cheeky swing, and Shaiko will fall. VP. Ones which look winnable, but we haven't had any successful clutches as of yet for G2.
Throwback, by the way. What did I say? Clash and Gym defense. Here it is for the first time. Shaiko shuts down Nako, but Pasha gets good trade back to even numbers, 4v4. But G2, they're not done just yet. They're gonna keep on pushing. They're gonna keep on fighting. Rorik's in the site. Locking things down. G2 actually not speeding up. They're slowing down the round. This is good.
But they know exactly where Pasha is. Isolating ones, though, is not a good play here for Benja. However, with G2 flooding the site, it makes it very hard for Pasha to try and clutch up. 1v3, brings out the shield again. He can peek for info, but he's going to have to take the fight with the SMG. What an insane shot. 3 kills in the round. As Shaiko goes down, it's just Alamau and Stompin. And Stompin is tucked away in this corner. Pasha, is he going to check for it? He's not. And he knows exactly where Stompin is now. But the plan has gone down here from Alamau. Jumps straight outside. The young American on 12 kills with a 2.0 KD is going to be the deadly player to watch in this round. As Pasha, he's got the Clash Shield, which is the best operator to try and go for a Ninja Plant here. He can put the shield down, no util to deal with it. Now it forces G2 to be the ones to make a move. He can try fake them out, but Stompin rips him apart from backstab.
Doing split theory. They're waiting for that gap to appear.
But no pick as of yet. 1 minute 40 left on the clock. This has been one of the slowest rounds for G2, but a big aggressive play from Rorik. Alamau goes down, but Shaiko's found a kill elsewhere. Looking for a second now, and he finds it. Skies finally cut down on the rafters. That opens the floodgates here for G2 to take control. Nako and Dan both low HP on the bomb site. Here from Benjamin to the end of the round, trying to enable this execute.
Oh, the timing.
Oh, he jumps in the window! Finds the kill, 3 on the round. The Dane has opened this game wide for G2, and Doki to foot down on Rorik. Nako 1v3, bearing 9 in hand, as he knows he's being hunted from behind by Benja. Benja has been massive in this round, a lot of damage onto him, but Shaiko from way downtown covers that plan to perfection. What is coming on Leo? We're about to find out.
The Lord. Oh, there's smoke in disguise. Of course, with the reworks with the gadget, has seen a high amount of pick and ban rate.
Oh, who's this hiding behind this desk right there? Little rat. Pasha the rat. He actually gets perfect timing, but Skies, wow, big C4 all the way up from the mezzanine.
G2 on attack, isn't it? It's like, guys, either we're winning the round or losing the round in the first minute. Doki, great swing though. Takes down Rorik. Maybe they might just stick it.
Bro,
they don't even know.
Watching 2 opening picks. Hello. Offside at the start of the round. The bomb site completely given up for free. And Shaiko managed to get in and plant. That's the power of the snake. He knew exactly where they were and were not on the bomb site. He knew it was clear to plant. Sky's caught lacking on his vert upstairs, but it's VP now that have to make a move. And Shaiko's just around the corner with this incredibly powerful F2 in close range. The gas might actually be able to enable this. Pasha has to cover perfectly, but he's got to reload now and forced off the plant. 2 players now on the ground for VP. To Doki on the ground on the other side. It's all up to Skies. He's way upstairs. That is unbelievable. A 3 versus 5.
As you said, the only real answer here for VirtusPro is Nako on the Warden or a big C4 from him as well. And Claymore from Benji takes on Pasha, who's jumping out the bathroom window. So VP, they're getting desperate. They have to go for a swing and a fight.
Damn, where's that kill come from? Stompin tries to get in the objective, but no, forced back his way over to try and support the team. He's going to have to go big. He's got full HP and he's got the best gun for enabling Alamau as well.
Oh my god.
From Shaiko. Dan is down, and suddenly a 4v2 looks ever so winnable, but Alamau doesn't have any smokes to prevent this crossfire. So he's going to have to riskily make his way inside.
Nako's only got that C4 now. There's no other util for VirtusPro. In G2, they're just fanning out. They're gonna attack from 4 different angles at the exact same moment, bound to find a pick.
Oh, big
Skies
kill.
goes down, leaving just Nako last alive.
4 different players coming from 4 different directions. It's time to just go hunting. First kill. Shaiko goes down, but instead of trying to hunt the player, they look to try and rotate, go to the other bomb side. Good shot onto Benja. Stompin has to cover while Alamau's forcing that plant down. The plant denied! Oh my god! Opening on his roam game.
Jackal?
I don't believe, is the hatch open for him to try and retreat back? I didn't manage to catch it. Sky's going to find one as well onto Benja. The Dokkaebi has gone down. That's the primary roam clearer. Good shot onto Rorik though. Bit of a re-peek from Pasha. Puts Stompin under a lot of pressure. He wants to start activating the Boogie drones to try and clear the vert, but he'll find a kill first. The Jackal comes into action. Oh, a couple of days since the buff has come through. Finally goes down. does Skies. Thank you to the Jackal.
Elmao is still half on HP. It's good to take this gunfight, and the bank goes through. Should be a freebie.
No blind.
Not quite.
Hell of a lot of damage onto him, but he just goes for the peak anyway. Goodbye to Dan. And that's going to force Nako back 1v3 now. No util to speak of. How does he find the kill against Alamau if it comes down to a close range 1v1? Good question. Don't give Nako another chance to clutch. He's already landed a 1v4. 1v3 looks even more winnable. Alamau low HP, a little bit of damage onto the foot, and he'll be finished off. Tanks the fire to get through back into sight. Does Nako. I don't think he knows it, but G2 are just around the corner, both players. Both him and Stomper make eye contact. Now it's a 1v1. Alamau in close range.
A bit of communication. And G2, once again, they
look like for G2.
Awesome. Okay, detonated.
On that ground floor, looks like they are going for a bit of a lateral push. What a great C4 onto Doki, though. Nako has been phenomenal. But G2 are making their way in this top floor. A lot of pressure now onto Solus, who gets caught on his retreat. That was just a brief pixel moment for Stompen to find that kill, but if you press the issue, they kind of want to go for a full clear on this top floor.
They have to win this gunfight first inside our server. And Nako is gonna get no, he's not spotted. He's gonna find the gap, but doesn't matter. Shaiko with the clean pre-fires, he comes out anyway. The issue is Dan got a kill to Shaiko as well, so G2 still trailing in numbers, 2v3. But plenty of time left in the round. Benja shot vertically, actually, as pushed in the upstairs area.
Unlikely to work here. That would be a blunder from G2. Alamau drops, covers the sound of the drop with a shot from the rifle. But instead, it's a ring around the rosy as G2 decide to go, or rather, VP decide to go upstairs. Great first shot, but he doesn't expect Dan tucked away in the corner. Virtus at the moment outside of lobby as Skies gets revealed on his retreat, and of course it's Doki who's going to make his way immediately up through the mezzanine and finds both kills. Skies almost finished off. Surely he'll be able to finish off this kill, but no, Rorik actually steals the opportunity from him. There's also a flank up from the main stairs in Nako. So G2 have got to be careful. This advantage could slip away very quickly.
It's a big revive from Skies. He has 2 touchy babes in pocket. Nako on the main stairs as well. Gets that backstab. All of a sudden, G2, their strong position is crumbling.
Oh no. Shaiko, though, with the fire, will eventually finish off Dan and completely obliterate that key position from the Azami. Good kill, though, from Stompen. He's backed up from the other direction. This was a great pivot from Stompen. It's the call that's enabled G2 to once again get an advantage. Problem is, Stomp and Shaiko on the 2 opposite ends of this map, of this bomb site. One trying to go for a plan solo, Stompen trying to bait on the other side, and he is going to stick it. Balls of steel for the Frenchman. As the 2 Frenchmen of VP now look to try and reply. Domes Nako, finds Skies as well. Tends to drop off a little bit compared to his online performance once we hit those big finals events. Doki now on the entry, big opening kill onto Skies. He is chasing them down, hunting them, aided by the information from Shaiko on the Solid Snake. Nako on the bomb site, supported by 2 other VP players. Pasha upstairs has just made his way back down, but he gets caught on the rotate. Stompen finds a narrow angle underneath the Kiba barrier. He thought he was safe, but Stompen was there to cut him down.
G2 just, again, being allowed to do whatever they want on the server. They want to take a risk, go for it. We believe in the system, in the playstyle. There's no risk that's too high. And just reap all the rewards that you can. Then does find Alamau, but honestly, at this point in the round, not the most important one. The Solid Snake is information.
Oh my god, he's right next to him. Perfect usage of the Solid Snake to predict that aggression, to get that information. Slow down the round for Shaiko. What a flick from Stompen! Traded back by Dan. 1v2 with Doki on the ground. Shaiko wants to go for a plant. Does he know it's safe? Doesn't matter! Benja has his back!
How they got to that 40
Exactly.
is important to us.
And it's like you guys were saying, right, you know, if now we're seeing a Monty, we're seeing a Bandit, Blitz and Mira.
Basically unlosable. But then again, you're up against D2 players like your Shaiko, like your Stompen. Shotgun on the window. I mean, you can't jump in. You have to respect the angles right now and just hold the angles from the exterior. Or push the hallway.
Dan goes deep, though, with the SMG. Finds one. Oh, double kill for Dan! He does play Kali. He is going to the major, and he's just found the double kill, opening up the round for VirtusPro. Nako jumps straight up on the opportunity. The gap created by Dan on the Kali. Shaiko and Doki now the last 2 remaining for G2, as VirtusPro, with their numbers advantage, can slow down and consolidate.
Such a great opening from Dan. Here's the flag on the window of display, who cannot get shut down by Shaiko, and Skies has the cut off. It's just Shaiko rather in a 1v3 with Doki going down. And he's dead
and they've
too.
spotted him from the other side. Beautiful close there.
So high, you gotta wait a good bit between each shot. Doesn't quite compare to a DMR.
There you go. Finds the kill onto Alamau. That's huge. Don't discredit the Kali, I guess.
It's there. So they can baby shield into the push. Doki swings behind his teammate all of a sudden, and it's 2v1. Here comes the swing. Yeah, they find one.
Oh my god, you're right.
And then Doki
Kill for Rorik, but Doki refrags it. You're dead right, Pengu, yet again. Nice chance there from VP, but G2 just another little micro play. Outdoes VP, and Doki comes back for more! Double kill, the C75! He finishes off the round as well.
If I'm dying to that, it's a desk slammer. You know, it's like, oh, why did that happen? And now you got Doki's
like
ego
when you're the
challenging.
first one to die to it, and then like your teammate dies as well, and you're like, why did no one refrag that? Speaking of refrag,
Yeah.
even though Stompin went for a big run out, he does get replied on.
But it's usually worth to trade 1-for-1 if you're the defending team, because you still have the map control, but you get a body.
Oh, big kill.
Thought Shaco was gonna fall there for a second, but no.
Or rather, it's in mask, sorry, and he's got the keeper barriers to really fortify a position as well. Spotted briefly by the Grim. He's about to find the Blackbeard, and he will be finished off. Shaiko as well gets up and active into the situation. The Blackbeard, insufficient. And Dan now, last one left. 3 shots on the Bailiff remain. And he will fall as well to Shaiko. G2 continue battling. They do not abandon.
Full control. And sometimes like it's trading the first pick, or maybe G2 lose the first.
Also winning most of the times when VP gets the opening kill.
I like this little smoke play, but VP read into it well.
Oh, see you later, Dan.
Reload!
That's a huge kill from the Warden, perfectly played by Doki.
In a position that was once VirtusPro, so they're not going to expect this. You can help Doki with the crossfire. Neko goes down as well elsewhere on Skybridge. So this again, VirtusPro, they cannot fight back because this round is logical.
Is this really how it ends for G2?
10?
They started with a bang, but they closed it so concisely. And you got to wonder, is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nah, it's a super team, and G2 are...
For this new roster of all-stars, and we get to speak to them once again. Doki, I think it's been about 2 hours since we last spoke to you. You had a quick but efficient day at the office, I guess.
Very quick day. I have a McDonald's. I'm back. I'm refueled. Life's good. Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Hi, Jack.
Nice. Hi, Jack.
Congratulations on the major and obviously, of course, winning Kickoff. A couple of things that I suppose we noted watching the game, particularly on Clubhouse and Border in the earlier game. The attacks didn't necessarily feel quite there. Do you still think there's a little bit of work to go on them?
Well, the honest truth is we have so many attacks. Like, literally, we have like 6 or 7. My bad.
That's not the first time today. We heard you in the comms.
per bomb site, so it's like really difficult to perfect them, I guess, because we have a lot of them right now. But it's just gonna take time. So we're kind of using like kind of a lot of mid-round calls from Carl, and even myself, if I may say so. But yeah, I don't know if that's kind of what's going right now. We have a boot camp prepared in the Logitech facility in San Jose in America. We're going there again. We went there for boot camp before. It was an amazing facility. Like just literally, it's actually too good. Like it's actually too good. Like like we don't need it to be that good. So yeah, we're going there. Me and Zach King are going to Spain this weekend for holiday. Just for the weekend. So yeah, just gonna chill a bit and then back to practice, back on the grind. And have some fun.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys, it's actually a good transition. I was going to ask you what are going to be the next few days because you're basically the
first... I just did your job for you there.
Yeah, perfect. You gave me all the answers I needed. No, I was just thinking, it's a weird spot because you guys are along with VP, the first 2 teams qualified to the major. So you can't really start prepping. You can't really know what's gonna look like. I'm actually picked in your interest maybe in what you think CNL teams are gonna look like because it's the first time we're gonna see them at a top international event.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of CNL. I've seen one team hasn't won a round yet in like 4 games. That's pretty interesting.
I think
They're probably not going to the major.
They won one
Yeah,
round.
they have? Ah,
Yeah, the last game.
maybe they will be at the major then.
No, they're out. Lucky.
I highly doubt that. Yeah, well, who would have guessed? No, but yeah, I'm really excited to play against them. I think the format works. They go into stage 1. Is it all?
So you have
all of them, or-
three of the teams, but one will go in phase 2 directly.
Okay, that's great. So I'm really looking forward to playing against that region. I haven't really played many guys from there before. I think MC was in G Who.
Yeah.
He's
And
playing over there right now.
Mentalist as well.
The Mentalist, yeah, I've seen them. So yeah, I mean, I think Reaps is like one of the best players right now. So they're all kind of crazy good. So yeah, gonna be interesting major.
All right, before we let you go, I think you've had quite of an eventful day, and we've kind of tried to highlight that for you with a bit of a package. You're gonna have to listen to it and watch it as well.
Oh shit.
Thank you, boys.
Oh
Guys,
dear.
good job.
Wait,
No way, please.
Any
I
comments?
had a chicken burger. I had a chicken burger in my mouth, bro.
Mid-game.
And before, I was just hyping up Shaiko. I was going, there, he's there. When he kills someone. My bad.
I
He's a
love
good
to
teammate, you know?
see the evolution, by the way, because we saw the first 2 rounds, half of the burger, then the round after, the rest of the burger like this.
Mid-round, you just
And then
frothing
a
the
few
burger.
rounds later, I see you grabbing the bag, and I see you pull out fries. Like, what's
Bro,
going on?
My life is so difficult. Like, I need to eat mid-game. Like, my mouse, my brand new Logitech Super Stroke, whatever it's called, was very greasy from my mouth. So like, from my hands on the burger. So like, the pain I have to go through. You know that pain's a gamer to touch their mouth.
Oh, and then
greasy,
the
but
crumbs getting in the keyboard and like
crumbs,
the
I'm
mouse.
gonna have to lick them up.
That's the epitome of high performance in EML
Oh my
right there.
god.
Yeah. You think all these like esports performance guys are watching it and being like, oh, you gotta eat a banana before a game, and I'm there stuffing a chicken burger in my mouth.
And Shaiko was eating popcorn the game before.
Yeah. Like, hold that. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel for you, Doki. You have a really difficult life. I mean, you go into the Salt Lake City Major, you won the kickoff, you got to eat some
going to
burgers
Spain,
during the game,
going to
go
Spain for holiday.
vacation. We're gonna let you
Yeah.
go now as well, so you have the rest of your evening off. But
I'm going to the pub now.
oh
Yay.
no, what a shame! Oh, that
What
must
a
feel
shame.
must be very rough. I feel for
Obviously,
you.
only drinking water as an esports professional that takes care of
High
himself,
performance.
high performance athlete.
I drank my first water in about a week yesterday.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you. Very happy.
That serious. It was very,
Alright.
very strange. Yeah.
Well, we won't keep you here any longer because I think you have some appointments to be going to. Thank you very much for your time, Doki. Once again, congratulations on becoming champions for the EML, and I'm sure we'll
You
speak
in
to you very
America.
soon.
You in America, guys.
Yeah. Game, you just browse twitch.tv/Rainbow6. You go watch the live stream. You go watch the interview of the guy that just
Feel
destroyed
for
you.
Pasha, he's just gone 0.
He just got 0 and 8, and that's
Jack's there like, I'm eating chicken burgers.
oh my god. I mean, let's be real. They should all be happy. All 10 players on your screen are gonna go
Yes.
to Lake City.
Yes.
They will advance to the phase 2. They surprise many people. VP, what a comeback story from being one of the worst teams in the EML stage 2 to a top 2 team here, having beaten, I think, Falcons.